Browser to Brave. Browser to Brave. Browser to Brave. No. Alright, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so we're still a little late because I wanted to pick a nap earlier. And I was like, oh, I gotta start coding. And, well, this video was like 16 minutes long. Now, luckily I didn't have to think of anything because it was just a straight up lecture, but I always have to like kind of try to take it slow so I could absorb the info. So, yeah, it was quite, yeah, open. Yeah, this, I have to admit, this pop-up really is annoying and unreal, but I mean, I kind of need it too, so I guess I just have to deal with it. Okay, let me see. Okay, because I kind of was rushing it a little because I knew I had to stream, so that I kind of did not like. But then again, there wasn't too much to go over either, so I'll probably just take a look after we're done streaming. Or maybe when during Greg's video. So first things first, I gotta go live. I think I'm gonna stop using Telegram because all that happens on Telegram is I just keep losing followers. So for now, I mean, I guess there's just no point in me using Telegram. But I'll still post a GAB at least. Live now. Actually, what did the markets do? Because I didn't really look. I know crypto was basically flat. Yeah, everything's flat-ish, but crude oil I know surged like crazy. Yeah, it's up a little. Crude oil is up. Yep. Bank of America is up a tad bit. I know ExxonMobil went down a little too. Yeah. Yeah, ExxonMobil is definitely a really weird stock. Like, it never goes up or down with crude oil. It always likes to do the opposite. That's like the most annoying thing. Live now, markets slightly flat to the upside along with Bitcoin. I will have to admit though, it does seem like it's a good idea to dual stream to YouTube. Like, I guess, I mean, that kind of sucks. That basically means YouTube is the undisputed champion of live streaming, unfortunately. So if I need to grow an audience, well, I gotta keep posting to YouTube. So now I gotta just edit this. Let me see. How do I actually? I just gotta edit the title on YouTube. Let's see. Market slightly flat to the upside along with Bitcoin as crude oil surges. I forgot to write that in the tweet. And dollar pumps. Yeah, well, actually, that might trigger the filter. And dollar skyrockets. Okay. Market slightly flat, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's take a look. Did Greg actually post a video? Yeah, because I'm pretty late, but he was pretty late too. Dollar, retail is rising. Well, that's kind of weird because the dollar went up today, so I don't know why he's saying the dollar is plunging here. Alright, like, did I miss something here? The Dixie is up 44 cents today. Okay. Well, that's going to be great news for the Fed because that means they're going to definitely print way more effing money. Because if the dollar's getting stronger, then you definitely want to print more money to take advantage of a stronger dollar. It's like back in the proof of staking days, right? If it's worth a lot, then you want to print more of the altcoin or staking coins you can sell in the open market and get more cash. So that's basically what's going to be happening here. All right, so dollar was up. We already went over ExxonMobil and Riot. They're down a little bit. You know, not too bad given the circumstances. The Bank of America is up a little bit because crude oil is up. So markets are all right. Precious metals are flat essentially. Well, I mean, gold's down a bit, but you know, whatever. Yeah, and then the bonds look very stable. They're like basically flat. You have a little bit of adjustments, but that's about it. So yeah, everyone was just kind of just selling off and just chilling today. Let me see. Let's take a look at the news articles here. Let's see. Okay, so So El Salvador is getting threatened by the IMF because obviously the tribal banking cartel knows that Bitcoin's going to kill them all. So that's why they're trying to put pressure on El Salvador. Of course, El Salvador has already kind of like got a lot of problems, so they kind of just don't give a shit, and that's good for us. And once other countries start joining El Salvador, that should get the ball rolling, or at least hopefully. Sinja CEO criticizes Elon, asshole Musk for allegedly pumping and dumping Bitcoin. Yeah. Miami stakes to claim to become the world's Bitcoin and crypto capital. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to move to Miami, though. I want a quiet place to live and something more conservative. Because Miami is like 80% Democrat, so it's going to be no different than New York City, except everyone plays loud, like Spanish music. First of all, I don't like loud music, and I especially don't like loud music in which I don't understand the lyrics. So it's going to be like a double punch in the face of like, ugh. But it's probably cheaper to live there at least. IBM contributes blockchain platform code to Hyperledger to drive enterprise blockchain adoption. So yeah, IBM's getting serious about blockchain, so that's good. Bitcoin is the king of crypto and it's here to stay, says the eToro CEO. Yeah, there always has to be like a king, right? There always has to be an alpha male of the pack, right? That's just a natural thing in all hierarchies, both in humans and in like the animal kingdom, because we're just naturally hierarchical. There always has to be a hierarchy. I don't know how to say the arcade. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean, right? And just like in World of Warcraft, there must always be a Lich King to keep the undead hordes of crazies from going berserk. Right? It's the same thing here. So it just turns out it's going to be Bitcoin because they were the first. And they do a decent enough job doing whatever it is they're supposed to do. So decentralization speed, low fees, crypto payments pioneer turns to BSC. Yeah, I don't really care. Token-based billing program embraces DeFi. Great. I don't know why this thing is so far down. Bitcoin traders crucial 38K level. Yeah, I mean, I kind of predicted this. So actually, what is the price of Bitcoin? Yeah, it's 30. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, so it's 37.2.3K. So yeah, it's just like I thought. I mean, I was still hoping it would just skyrocket, but I mean, usually it's really hard to do that during the weekend and on a Friday. But it didn't go down, so that's really the important thing. That Bitcoin dominance is going up, like 44.7%. Yeah, 24-hour volume. Look at this, 88.5 billion. Right? Of course, it does not include stablecoin volume. It never does. Everything's just dipping a bit. As people are selling their altcoins and buying Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin surges as a result of that, the Bitcoin dips a little and then altcoins surge because that's just the flow of money. So we're actually getting back to normal. That's a very good sign. I mean, we'll just have to be a little more patient, which is really annoying, right? But you know, trust me, if I could wave a magic wand, I would wave a magic wand and make everything like $1 million a coin. And then we'd all be multi-billionaires. Sadly, I don't have that power. But if you know somebody that does, definitely tell him to wave that wand. Yeah, so VeChain and Filecoin are down a little, or down somewhat. I know Shiba's been taking a hit too. Yeah, so all the altcoins are like pretty much like down a bit. They're not crashing, but it's just that all the money's now definitely flowing to Bitcoin. So you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Where is it? Yeah, and we're still way below the stock to flow price of Bitcoin. So you know we're yeah, it's like 65, 68K. So we're looking really solid here. All right, so I kind of want to get back to coding, so that's why I'm kind of rushing through a bit. Plus, I got other crap I'm thinking about, so I don't know. I need time to like analyze the data and think. Like I need 48 hours in a day, not 24. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but and on top of that, I think I actually do want to play that new Amazon MMO game, New World, because a lot of people are shitting on it. But I didn't actually know it was a one-time fee of $40 and I can play the game forever. So I mean, yeah, Jeff Bezos should charge microtransactions, which is what everyone's complaining about. I never had a problem with it. I love microtransactions. But, you know, that's just me. I tend to be more open-minded, so I'm not an asshole. I pretend to be an asshole online, but I'm actually a nice guy. So at least when it comes to money, I guess. Or businesses charging money. I don't know. All right, so dollar is plunging even though today went up. Retailers are raising prices and central banks are extremely happy. Yeah, I bet they are.
Okay, everybody, it's me, still me,
Oh, he
Gregory
still
Manorino,
hasn't
and it
left
is
the
still
nest.
Friday, June 11th, 2021. I have so much stuff to talk to you about. I really almost don't know where to start. Let's see. How about the market? A new record high for the S&P 500. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's just too insane. Yeah, stocks finished higher today across the board. Nothing major, but enough to push the S&P 500 to a new all-time record high.
Oh yeah.
Market's unstoppable, people. In this kind of an environment, after news that we got today, well, yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about here. However, this market finished well off of the highs. Now, I want to talk about that too because there's the nonsense propaganda talk about the Fed tapering or backing off from buying mortgage-backed securities. We'll
No,
talk
they
more
can't
about
do
that
that.
in a moment. So let me stick with the markets just so I can get my bearings straight. So yes, isn't it just lovely when the market continues to hit new record highs and you knew they were coming because I told you, despite the fact that there are a lot of freaks out here speaking about crashes and market tops, just laugh. Laugh at them. Yeah, just like that. No, I'm sorry. They don't know the game. They don't understand what's being played. So turn these people off and turn their channels off. Whatever host is allowing these people to come out on their channels and putting out fake news like this is obviously trying to mislead you, and that's very sad, very very sad. So just you know, forget about it. Gold today took a hit. Silver finished about flat. Why? The dollar today got a knee-jerk higher again on talk, speculation that the Fed may cut back on their asset
No.
purchases. It's not going to happen. So the
Yeah,
dollar
especially because the ECB said they're going to increase their shit. What was it? Repurchases or whatever the hell their crazy thing they're doing. Yeah, so the Fed's going to do the same thing.
will continue its downward trajectory. Cryptocurrencies about flat today across the board. 10-year yield a little bit lower. So there's where you need to focus. You got a 10-year yield that's come down a little bit. A dollar with a little knee-jerk higher. All right, that sets up where this market is going to go. Yes, we hit a new record high for the S&P, but nothing dramatic here. Okay, crude oil was over $71 a barrel today. We finished just under that. Crude's going much higher. You all know the mechanism here. It's just the way it's going to go. That's it. Period. The freaking end. Okay, so that's pretty much where we stand with, you know, this market. But I want to talk to you about a whole bunch of things here. I don't even know where to start. Like I said, I got 2 pages here. Well, you know, this whole G7 meeting, you know, meeting
Yeah.
of the minds or the mind controlled, whatever they are.
Show that
Well,
stupid.
they unanimously voted to continue to stimulate their economies. And let me explain to you what
Ah.
they're saying. By any one of these world leaders saying, hey, you know, we're going to continue to push stimulus into the economy, they're really talking about empowering their central bank. And today you can imagine, let's say, you know, because obviously the creature Biden had to come out and support this as well and support the central bank. And every single Fed president today, yeah, they're loving it. They could not be more happy. Again, when you have any world leader coming out calling for more stimulus, more debt, it just it's the greatest thing for a central banker to hear in the history of the world. Whether a world leader is calling for a weaker currency, lower rates, like President Trump did, or you know, let's just keep on stimulating like this freak is doing. Central banks love it. They absolutely love it. Anyway, that's that big story. Now, the mainstream media today, they're trying to downplay inflation. However, what they will not allow you to know is
I have
this,
noticed
and I want you to pay
saying
attention. It's unbelievable. The U.S. dollar's purchasing power is cratering at its fastest pace ever. The dollar today hit its lowest purchasing power in 4 decades. 4 decades. But you're not supposed to know that. And again, turn on Fox Business, Bloomberg. They're parading out the creature feature to say, don't worry about it. It's going to be just fine. That's what they're trying to tell you, people. Now, again, I want to talk about this real quick. So there's talk again. I mean, this is how bizarre it is. There's talk again on these mainstream channels out there of the Fed tapering. We have this big Fed meeting next week. And there's a lot of speculation. What's the Fed going to do? Oh, are they going to taper? Are they going to cut back on buying mortgage-backed securities? How about no? But that did give the dollar a knee-jerk higher today. Again, there's a lot of fear. And I told you yesterday, this market's going to kind of tread water where it is in a range until we hear some reassurance from the Fed. See, the G7 meeting was not enough. Hearing world leaders saying, hey, we're going to continue to stimulate. Wait a minute, why are they doing that if we're in a boom? If we're booming right now? Very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, we're not booming. We're in free fall. But you're not supposed to know that either. Again, just lovely, isn't it? So I already told you about the U.S. dollar. Its purchasing power is plummeting. It's absolutely crazy. We also found out today, this is crazy. I want you to pay attention to this, but again, it's no surprise to you if you've been following this blog. The U.S. budget deficit in May is now over $2 trillion, which puts us on track for another year of breaking record high deficits. Debts are ballooning, hyper-ballooning deficits. This is the way it is going. And the Federal Reserve is going to, fulfill their end game. That's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, it always does that, though. I mean, so far, it's working out. All right, because I have been hearing for decades that this shit's going to collapse, and, so on and so forth. But I think my personal experience teaches me that as long as you can continue fooling people, and it's pretty obvious that people are being fooled, you can have like $100 trillion deficits. As long as people are actually willing to go along with it, it'll keep going until one day it won't. So, I don't know. Will that actually happen? Maybe. I think what'll happen is you'll have the dollar crashing. You'll have a currency crisis. Markets will tank a lot. The debt market would explode, as Greg has been predicting. And then what'll happen is there'll actually be a moment of, what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot what the word is, but basically you actually finally admit that you're an idiot and you'll admit the truth. Like you'll admit that you're wrong. So the dollar will have to go digital. Things will be ultra cheap. Bitcoin and crypto will be like the king currencies of the world. And then the US and the dollar will just simply pick themselves back up. So it's just gonna be a lot of, I don't know. You're gonna need a lot of Vaseline for what's to come. But eventually you will endure the pain. And of course, since we got me and Greg, well, we're just going to be very rich, while everyone else is basically going to be wiped out. So I think that's more likely what's going to happen.
Exploding debts and deficits are exactly what the Federal Reserve and other central banks want to see. Okay, they are on a mission to own it all, to buy it all. The Fed's balance sheet today crossed $8 trillion. Lovely.
Wow.
Want to see that up close? Lovely. Yeah, it's just lovely.
Man, how can you own that much? $8 trillion.
We got another warning. The second one today from Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank is warning of an inflationary crisis. Global. Okay, not just here in the United States. A global inflationary crisis. I think we're in it now. But it is undoubtedly going to get more worse when you got brain dead world leaders, actually slaves. See, they're all these leaders, including Biden, they are slaves to the central bank, who is the real government. So stimulate, send hundreds of billions of dollars to tech companies who don't need the cash. They're awash with cash. They have more cash than they know what to do with. They don't know what to do with their money, people. Meanwhile, Congress is sending them $250 billion. Does that make sense to you? I guess it would in this environment. Now, here's another one I want you to pay attention to, which we found out today. So retail stores are here. Retail stores are raising prices because they are unable to absorb the higher cost they have to pay for products. And guess what? They're going to pass it all right on to you. You shouldn't be surprised about that either, because I explained to you that's exactly what was going to happen. These big retailers will not be absorbing the price. They're passing it straight on to you. So again, you can choose to listen to the narrative from the mainstream channels today they're downplaying inflation. Don't worry about it. It's just temporary. People turn it off if you're watching it, any of that stuff. Because, see, I watch it for entertainment purposes, and I can talk about it a little bit, but it's unbelievable. You have to understand that most people are watching the mainstream sources. Look at my channel. I got 176,000 subscribers. It's nothing. It's nothing. They got tens of millions of people watching them. So, you get it because you're here and you understand this. But most people, they're going to sit there. They believe it's true. And they are also being brainwashed and convinced that what they are seeing is not real. Oh, no, it's okay. It's all good. And they don't understand at all what's really going on here.
That's why it works.
This
right?
G7 meeting, every single one of these world leaders calling for more debt, more stimulus. Central banks are loving this like you cannot believe. They are helping. You see, you have to understand, the G7, they're helping their central banks, respectively, fulfill their end game to own it all, to be the lenders and buyers of last resort. We are not represented by anyone anymore. It literally is every man and every woman for himself in this environment. It's a global takeover. It's a war without firing a single shot. And you're just seeing the effects of it right now. It's an unbelievable thing. It really is. Anyway, people, a lot of stuff in this video. Not too long, about 11 minutes as I'm watching this. I really hope you're paying attention to this stuff. And I hope you're sharing these videos. I urge you to share all my videos. Please do that. Let's, like I said, I got 176,000 people following this blog. It's nothing. We need to really do something with those numbers. So share this stuff. Get it out there. Encourage people to tune in, to listen to this stuff. They're not going to find me anywhere else on anywhere social networks. I'm not there anymore. I'm relying on you to get my work out there. All right, people, so it is Friday. And that means we're going to put this week behind us. And I'm going to leave you off with my favorite three things in a moment. Though. But don't forget, if you can, tonight, I will be hanging out with the Pharaohs, the oldest car club in America. Very excited about this. So we're going to meet up tonight at Dairy Queen, the corner of Craig and Rancho. Tomorrow, if you can't make tonight, if you're around here, I'm going to...
All right, so... All right, so I guess that's that. I mean, we're still just gonna have to basically wait on whatchamacallit. I mean, it's just another waiting game. Unfortunately, Greg didn't really go over why people went knee-jerk into the dollar, but I think it was said something along the lines of like the market still is afraid of tapering or whatever. So we're gonna have to basically wait till next week, which I think is FOMC.
Okay, everybody, it's me. Still me.
Meeting. When is I know it's next week. It's Wednesday, June 15 and 16. So that's next Tuesday and next Wednesday. So basically, we're not going to see any real action until next Tuesday or next Wednesday. So maybe that's actually what's also holding back cryptocurrencies. So they're basically just waiting for the stupid Federal Reserve to reassure everything or screw everything up, and then hopefully we should see things pop off. So unless the Federal Reserve does like a surprise move and screw everyone over, which I doubt, next week should be extremely good after the Federal Reserve says the right things. Right? The market should skyrocket, and so should cryptocurrencies. And then we can finally start making some money. At least I can get back some of my cash, and then, well, actually, it's more like just waiting for waiting for Bitcoin to hit like 100K or 125K on the next leg up before pulling back. Again, as I said before, I'm hoping that Bitcoin will just keep skyrocketing until like July 4th weekend, which takes place on a Sunday. So it's about the ideal situation that we can possibly ask for. So anyway, I'm going to be pretty busy, so I need to get back to coding. I'm going to get back to my games, and I still got a lot of data I want to go through. So I don't know. I'll let you guys know what that is next week, assuming I'm done with it. So, yeah. So, thanks for watching. I will see you all Monday after the markets close. I'll probably also do a Bitcoin Clown World there, too. So, maybe the morning of Monday as well. But, yeah, I mean, so far, I don't see anything bad happening. It's just, we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Yep. Before I go, what is this? I mean, I thought about covering this big tech bill, but honestly, I just don't care. It doesn't actually do anything. Like, yeah, it screws up the profits a little bit, but it's still going to be run by the shitlibs. So censorship will still be a problem. Bitcoin is bad for crime, says Crypto Asset Manager. Yeah. So I actually have noticed that Yahoo's actually been pretty aggressive at promoting, believe it or not, a pretty fair and balanced, maybe in the favor of crypto, a fairer picture of crypto. So, and on top of that, a lot of liberals like crypto, more so than conservatives. So, everyone's always wanting to mess with the conservatives, sure. But, you piss off the shitlibs, I mean, they're going to come after you. So, I'm actually kind of glad to see that, the media is not screwing and messing with, at least some parts of Yahoo Finance, at least, isn't trying to screw with crypto that much. But we'll have to see. When did I get emotes? I've always had the emotes. You could have always have used them. And then I think if you subscribe, you get access to like the Pepe emotes that I made a while ago. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like I kind of really want to try growing the channel, but I think that's just simply impossible. That's just not going to happen. So I'm probably just going to have to wait until my game actually comes out and it's like people actually play it. But that depends on whether the game's actually any good. And then I still have to worry about like all the liberals getting mad when they find out, my political views. And then that's going to cause like all sorts of problems. Like you just can't fucking win in this world. Like you really can't. And it just makes me so much more annoyed and not angry, but just annoyed because I forgave mom and dad a long time ago, so no real anger issues anymore, thankfully. But I just never realized just how fucking bullshit the Republican Party is. It's like they all need to be fired. They all need to lose their money and everything, and then just make way for America first. Use a code name like JC. No, that's not gonna work. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep it public because one problem I don't like I can easily hide my identity, right? But the problem is the game will grow to a point where like it's going to be like 80% infested with shitlibs and 20% played by conservatives. So that's going to just cause a problem because obviously the 80% are going to be like, we were fucking funding this fucking Nazi for like years. Fuck this game. And then the fake news game sites like IGN and whatever will cover it, and then it's gonna be like a shit tsunami that you've never seen before. And it's gonna be in video gaming too, so they're all gonna go all out. And of course, the tribes and central bankers are gonna come after me too, and that'll be a very good attack vector. So I'd rather just not have that. So, like it really is like what Jesus Christ said, once you believe in him, you're really not going to have possession of this world. So, it's kind of irritating. I'm thinking it shouldn't be like that. So I'm going to try to make sure. So I'm going to try my part to make sure that doesn't happen. They are overseeing the decline of Red America. That Ben Shapiro tweet shilling for BlackRock made my blood boil. Yeah, I forgot where I saw that, but somebody, it was either Andre Wang. I think it was Andre Wang, one of his articles that mentioned something like that. Do I really want to go on Ben Shapiro's Twitter though? What did he actually say? I don't know. He tweets a lot though. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I don't know. I'm going to assume that he said something along the lines of, oh, right. It was when, I think he was trying to, I think he was saying, wasn't it like BlackRock was buying up all the real estate at super high prices, denying new homeowners, real estate, and then Ben Shapiro said he was okay with that? Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. That's another thing I'm trying to think about over the weekend, but I mean, the problem is conservatives just don't support each other unless you're shilling for Israel, right? Because, like, I look at first of all, I've been losing followers ever since. Like, wow, I actually gained 2 followers here, right? But the only time I ever do well is whenever I'm either A, bashing Democrats, which is boring and stupid and pointless, or B, I make somewhat nice statements about Israel. That's literally it. And that's the core fundamental of that's like the core fundamental problem of like the right wing right now. I mean, it really is just like an Israeli lobby, right? And I noticed I get the same exact problem on Gab and on Telegram, right? Because my followers, in my particular case, are pretty much all boomers, and they just want to hear the same shit. And it's actually extremely aggravating and frustrating. So I'm basically I think the word would be an exile. So it's like, I'm not even sure how I'm supposed to handle it. So I don't know, but I figure, I'll just keep making the game and then I'll go from there. All right, because at least if I have a really good game, then people will play it, and then, I can rebuild a new social media following from that. But until then, it's going to be kind of quiet for a while. So, I mean, I don't know. Because I also look at Nick Fuentes, and he says more extreme stuff than I do, right? And he's doing pretty well. But, of course, the price is everyone's trying to ban him from everything, right? I was actually doing something similar, too. But, I had to give up covering political topics, at least in terms of creating content, especially since YouTube was just constantly striking my channels. So, yeah, hands are tied. Anyway, I gotta think about all of it. So, anyway, I'll see everybody Monday, unless of course something super major happens, which of course almost never happens. Enjoy the rest of your day or night and the weekend, and yep, see you all on Monday. Thanks.